Hello, welcome to Khel Now TV. You are watching Inside Indian Football Weekly 83. Okay, OBS crash हो गया भाई बार बार. Just keep on checking the stream health. OBS is making an issue. It's showing it's crashed, but it's showing. Uh, uh, I hope my audio and my video is fine to you guys because we got an error of OBS. Amlan is very happy. Amlan is one of the अमलान कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन आप मुझे याद है कि इस चैनल पे वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट ओडिशा एफसी फैंस हो एंड यू नो फाइनली ओडिशा एफसी हैज वन देयर फर्स्ट एवर ट्रॉफी इन देयर हिस्ट्री एंड विद दैट ट्रॉफी ओनली 2 ISL clubs are without the trophy and that's the question for you guys. Please let me know in the comment section which are the 2 ISL club who do not have any major trophy till now. इसी बात पे करते हैं आप सबका वेलकम. आप देख रहे हैं इनसाइड इंडियन फुटबॉल एपिसोड नंबर 83 with a major week which has gone past, and last week we revealed that Eddie Buthrat set to leave Jamshedpur FC, which Khel Now confirmed. Replacement has been kind of confirmed by Khel Now. We confirmed that also last week Simon Grayson set to stay on at Bengaluru FC, which has also been now kind of confirmed. And of course we did give a hint that Sergio Lobera is not going to take place at East Bengal with Carlos Cuadrat, given the interview with East Bengal, but it looks like it was a head-to-head fight between Odisha FC and East Bengal, and looks, I don't know, at the end of the season we can let you know that who got the better deal. Is East Bengal with Carlos Cuadrat or Odisha FC if when they finally announce Sergio Lobera? We'll talk about that, but Odisha FC, I think it's all about Super Cup. Clifford Miranda, India international, what a winger he was, what a cross he used to put. Now finally he's started putting crosses from this manager position, and by winning that Super Cup with the Odisha FC. We'll talk about all the transfer stories. We'll talk about India under 17 team who are at Spain, India under 17 women's team who has won their first game at the AFC Asian Cup under 17 Women Championship qualifiers. Other than that, Indian Women's League has started with a, again, little bit more controversies in Indian football. We'll shed some light upon the telecast, the live streaming, and the logistic issue of the Indian Women's League. With Super Cup ending now, there are also question mark over the Super Cup logistic issues, which we have discussed in past, which have raised the questions. Other than that, Indian football team camp, when it will start, how it start, where it's going to start, how many players are coming to that camp. We're going to reveal all and every information in this show. And of course, there are many things which we'll talk about. Is like East Bengal, what's their transfer strategy now going into this transfer window. And I think it's a good that East Bengal has come up very early in terms of appointing the coach, and now can they get the key targets for Carlos Cuadrat, and he is already working over the clock with the recruitment team at the East Bengal to make sure that his targets and the club's targets are same, and they finally recruit it the current way. Asian Games under 23 टीम जाएगी भाई. ही क्या नाम है, ऋषिकेश चंद्रा. ठीक है, नॉर्थ ईस्ट सबको अपडेट चाहिए नॉर्थ ईस्ट के बारे में. इंटरकॉन्टिनेंटल कप, माई नॉर्थ ईस्ट एंड केरला ब्लास्टर्स द आंसर सेज कि नहीं आ रहा. यस, ओनली नॉर्थ ईस्ट एंड केरला ब्लास्टर्स आर 2 clubs who are without any major trophy in ISL since 2014 it started. ठीक है, हेलो केशव, पंडित जी को हेलो, विक्टर हेलो, देवराज हेलो, रोहित चौधरी हेलो, JW हेलो, ऋषिकेश हेलो, SAD केरला हेलो. And there will be question asked to Kerala Blasters management also, and I will come into it. I have want to raise a couple of questions now. This is nothing to do with the coach. It's overall to the management who are managing the clubs, not just Kerala Blasters. They have multiple clubs which we need to mention upon. Victor Bhai hello, Lakshmi hello, Mohan Bagan, Akash Mishra, Yashir. देखो, मोहन बगान ट्रांसफर विंडो ओनली मेजर अपडेट विल कम आफ्टर द प्ले ऑफ गेम इज ओवर, सो डोंट वरी ऑन दैट. नेगी जी, आई एम हियर. ठीक है, किसी और जो भी, एवरीवन हेलो एंड वेलकम टू खेल नाउ टीवी. एंड इफ यू आर getting my voice and if you can't wait for all the information from this show, episode number 83, do hit that like button. So I know, aware of last week's show was very good in terms of how much engagement we all able to generate through it. I could see the Twitter was buzzing. I could see the WhatsApp groups were buzzing. I was told I was not part of those WhatsApp group, but that show started that momentum, that the eventually the week which has given to us in terms of transfers, in terms of coach appointment, in terms of players outgoing and incoming. So I think it's a great start. I think it looks like the Indian football fans have been now looking forward to Thursday 5 p.m. inside Indian football, and this have been the story for a while now. People who have been watching for 83 episodes, they know that what we have been doing here and how much information, how much facts, how much doubts we have cleared in the last 83. I think it's more than 80. I think it's nearly 100 weeks since we're doing these videos. Gelson Dala rumors, it's just a rumor. That's why it's a rumor. And let's straight away. I hope all the mods are also in the chat. Shout out to all the mods like SAD Kerala. I think there's another guy, a couple of them who have been putting the timestamp for all the videos. Which has been a great for the people who are watching it offline. So I hope you continue doing it. Shout out to all the mods. And यार transfers पे अभी आएंगे भाई. आप अगर transfers के लिए ही आए हो तो आप फिर ये show आपके लिए नहीं है. This show is more than transfers. It's more the details of how these transfer moves take place, what's happening, how the club are planning. We are not just here for rumoring and giving you rumors on the transfers. So if you are just for rumors here, I'm not going to share any rumors. That's have been the history of this show. So this is more than the transfers, and people, people like Amlan knows, people like, Mohan Raj, SAD Kerala knows that what we have been doing on this show. So आप transfers के लिए आए हो, तो I will say this is not a right. आप बाद में आके देख सकते हो offline आके, जहाँ पे time stamp वगैरह आ जाएंगे. But let's start the show straight away. Let me open my file. I think first of all, congratulations to Odisha FC, the owners, the management, and the coach. I think Clifford Miranda shows that the Indian coach can do it. Now the question is here. Northeast did give Khalid Jamil a chance in the in ISL in past in various stint. Is it finally a time has come? Say something like Hyderabad FC who want to appoint a UEFA. I think he's A or B, A license. He had pro. I think he's given the pro exam. Still don't have a pro license. There are pro license coaches in Indian football. Do you think the clubs who are working on the under budget should save the money with the coach and appoint an Indian coach and see how they do it? We have a good coaches in Indian football system. That's a major question from the Super Cup campaign from Odisha FC. Do you guys think time has come now? Finally, we see a full-time Indian coach in ISL with a club like Northeast, with a club like say Odisha, for example, going ahead in future, or Hyderabad FC, or Jamshedpur FC, and I think that's been the major talking point. But with Super Cup being over, I hope next year onwards, and it is kindly decided only that it will be a yearly tournament. It will go while the season will go on. Home and away method will be taking place, but the management, the way Super Cup was managed was very bad in terms of it. चाहे वो last game week का last match day का simultaneous matches हो, it was not decided पहले से. It should have been decided earlier when the fixture were drawn. That's why the telecast should sort out facilities, hotel facilities, ground facilities. I think big question marks. I hope this is the last fiasco of Indian football of the off-field issues. I think off-field issues should be sorted out going ahead. Indian Women's League have been started, and it's going on. There's already a controversy of only evening games are shown. So here is a info, and Khelna already revealed that also on an article that AFF, the budget for Indian Women's League broadcast and everything was approved previous financial year, and they can't change it. So that's one. So okay, that's fine. But here is my question to the AFF organizing committee. You can't live stream the game due to budget issue. What stopping you to put one camera on the center of the ground, record the match in the morning, and put the highlights video for the people, for the teams, for the fans to watch? It is understandable, that you can't live telecast with 5 cameras with because of the budget issue. But I'm sure AFF could have managed putting at least 2 or 3 cameras to record the game offline, make a highlight video, and put the highlight video in next couple of hours after the match ends. Even the goal video should be bare minimum requirement from this. And Indian Women's League looks like another league, just like Super Cup. kind of getting neglected in terms of planning. Again, this comes back to the planning, and as I said, the planning need to be solid, and it's not. They are saying that this is the last tournament which we are doing from the previous year budget and everything. Hopefully, they're saying that from next year, next season onwards, these things will be improved. And Gokulam Kela started very thumping 8-2 win over East Bengal. There's another major decision which AFF has taken is banning the foreign players from the state leagues and the district league. I think good decision. And here is my question to you guys. And I was discussing this with the I League club. एंड आई लीग क्लब ने मुझे, मैं 2-3 क्लब से बात कर रहा था, एंड दिस इज समथिंग विच ऑब्जर्वेशन आई हैव. आई लीग क्लब्स ओनर्स और द मैनेजमेंट फील्स दैट द इंडियन प्लेयर्स क्वालिटी इज 19 और 20. इट्स हिंदी में बोलते हैं 19-20 है, मतलब इतना मेजर डिफरेंस नहीं है ISL और आई लीग के बीच में इन टर्म्स ऑफ इंडियन प्लेयर्स. नाउ दे सेइंग मेजॉरिटी सैलरी एक्सपेंसेस जो आई लीग क्लब्स के हैं थ्रू आउट द सीजन लाइक लास्ट ईयर विच हैपेंड इज फॉर द फॉरेनर्स. And one of the team owners told me, that we were doing so well, and then our foreigners started showing tantrums, and then eventually we have to release those foreigners, get more foreigners, and considering they're saying that we are using the majority budget to foreigners, why don't we just remove foreigners from I League 2 completely? And that will allow Indian players to develop. That will force clubs to play Indian strikers in a striker position. That will force club to play India number 10 if there is a number 10 in the team, and that will eventually improve the standard of Indian players. And eventually, when clubs and this will also put the field even for all clubs. They will have to start working on grassroots development. They have to start working on academy development. They will have to start scouting players, and then these clubs, there are clubs in I League who pay extra money just to bring quality foreigners and then dominate their opponents. If AFF can ban foreigners from state leagues, which eventually is not directly under the jurisdiction of AFF, it's under jurisdiction of states, state FA. Why don't AFF just ban the foreigners from I League 2 and I League? Completely ban. Very honestly, and I will be a big supporter of that decision. Eventually, I League is now decided it's the second tier of Indian football. Even if you want to keep the foreigners, keep it minimum 2 foreigners in I League. I think best decision for the Indian football would be banning the foreigners completely from the I League. I think that's the great. And if I League clubs don't want foreigners, then their AFC spot should be snatched away. It's AFC slots already snatched away. From next year onwards, only Super Cup winner is getting the Super Cup winner is getting the AFC slot. And if I League clubs goes into win the Super Cups, goes into that situation is there, that can be tackled. But I think ideally, if you ask me, for the Indian football development, the way this you see FC Bangalore United has a very good Indian striker who's scoring goal left, right, and center. He is scoring goal because FC Bangalore United is playing him, on the striker position. And the player said, that I want to score goal in I League. Hopefully, we go into I League, and I want to score goals in ISL. But he will only score goals if he can play in those positions, and I think that's a major concern for the Indian football going ahead. And I personally feel, I think the time has come for the Indian football to decide that we don't need foreigners in the, in I League 2 and I League especially. So there are more players at the state league level, second tier level, who are good strikers, but eventually those strikers will be converted into wingers when they start playing, when they start playing the I League or ISL, because the position will be taken by foreigners. So I think I have a personal opinion, and I will be a big supporter of that fact that we need to get foreigners out of Indian football. Guys, I will take a one quick call. Sorry guys, there was quick call which need to be taken. Yeah, so I think personal my opinion is that I will love to get Indian foreigners out of completely from I League and I League 2. I think that will help Indian striker position. That will help you getting attacking Indian players, because club will eventually have to start playing Indian players, and they will start also I League 2 clubs start working on scouting Indian players, putting the academy in place, putting their grassroots program in place, because they will want to get a quality Indian players to win that I-League, get into ISL. That's personal decision. Odisha FC versus Gokulam Kerala is the AFC Cup playoffs game which is set to be played now, with Odisha winning the Super Cup. India under 17 team defeated Kyrgyzstan 1-0. Shivani Devi scored that goal, eventually, and now they have 2 more games to go. Hopefully they do well and try to get qualified the final rounds of AFC under 17 Women Asia Cup. India under 17 team, boys team who in Spain, they lost 2-0 against Laganze under 18. Good game, good team in opponent team. So they are working towards that final AFC under 16, under 17 championship where Bibiano boys need set to play. Let's come straight to the transfer section which you guys are looking for, and people are putting their comments. Don't worry, the comments will be answered once I'm done with all this section. Let's start away straight to the big scoop of the week which East Bengal has done. Carlos Cuadrat. Once East Bengal was told by Sergio Lobera, and here is the also I will raise the question on East Bengal management first. Sergio Lobera was in talks with East Bengal for last 40-45 days, I think more than that. There were multiple email exchange between Sergio Lobera's representative, who has an agency in India also, by the way, and East Bengal officials, multiple calls, multiple Zoom meetings and everything. East Bengal leaked this information of Sergio Lobera in talks with East Bengal without getting a written confirmation. It was all a verbal confirmation, and East Bengal was, and the funny thing is, East Bengal was told on Thursday, I think, that Sergio Lobera camp want to pass the deal to East Bengal. They don't want to sign it because they feel they will not get released on time, and East Bengal might struggle to get foreigners and everything on time because it will take 10-15 days more. That email was sent to East Bengal on Thursday, and on Friday Sergio Lobera got the release from his Chinese club. Now it happens in the transfer market, so there's nothing new. What happened with East Bengal? Only thing which should not happen from East Bengal side are leaking the information to Bengali media that Sergio Lobera has done. It is done, verbally agreed. There's nothing called verbal agreement in the football industry worldwide. There's nothing called verbal agreement. That's saying verbally agreed, only paperwork remaining, only release clause remaining. It's just bullshit, if you ask me. And I think honestly, if you ask me one more thing, I think they should have been wait at least to get a written confirmation before, at least on an email, before leaking out information that that Sergio Lobera has been done. But eventually, when East Bengal were told that look like Lobera is not happening, they were in touch with Carlos Cuadrat gang from very long, and they were again talking to him. They quickly went for another round of interview, and they closed Carlos Cuadrat very quickly in terms of they didn't waste a single minute. Once they received the confirmation from Lobera, they announced the departure of Stephen Constantine, and the next moment they announced the arrival of Carlos Cuadrat. Now issue with this, the benefit East Bengal is getting now, they have a clean slate in front of them, a 2-month or 3-month window in front of them where they have to recruit it right in terms of what they want to do. Now Carlos have given again free hand in terms of getting his own foreigners and everything. I think which will be kind of take some time. I think from Friday onwards, which is tomorrow, I am told East Bengal will start offering contracts to the Indian players who they are in talks with. If there are Indian players are free agents, and if they are under contract, East Bengal will start talking to the parent clubs of the players for the transfer fee. That's the Friday deadline has been given to the various players, agents and the clubs from East Bengal side. And there are multiple players which I know currently East Bengal is negotiating, but the same players are in the pipeline for other clubs also. But East Bengal has waited, asked the players and the clubs to wait till Friday before getting a confirmation. For example, club like Odisha FC, club like ATK Monmagan, who are playing playoffs, they have asked that playoff time period for the players before they make their final decision about their future. To give an example, there is an Indian midfielder who played in Kolkata in past, is in talks with Mumbai, Odisha, East Bengal, 3 clubs. So all 3 are chasing that single player. And I think next 1 week will be crucial, that will East Bengal get that one player, or the other clubs will get. So I think they will start offering terms, final terms, all verbal going on. So don't believe these verbal agreement thing that this player is done, this player is done. Of course, Nanda Kumar Shekhar has been done, by the way. So that's contract signed, that's done and dusted. But the players now which have been in talks are in talks till now, but no contract has been offered from East Bengal, I am told. So on Friday onwards, I think East Bengal will start offering the final terms to these players and get the paperwork start doing it. So they are in talks with, I think, 3 under contracted players. There is also talk with the Indian international winger who is getting free agent in the summer. So they are competing with Odisha FC for that player signing, and let's see if lots of players now, Odisha and East Bengal are going head to head. Alongside the coach, they went head to head for Sergio Oliveira signing. When Odisha get officially Sergio Oliveira done, then they are going to move to the next targets. And these Indian players, which I am seeing list in front of on my phone, are in talks with Odisha and East Bengal both. So that's on East Bengal side. I think foreigners eventually will take some time to get foreigners done. 31st May, I think, once the season at Europe get over, East Bengal has an option of couple of Indian foreign players who played in ISL. Will they want those, or will Carlos bring a fresh set of a foreigner? Major complaint Carlos had at East Bangalore FC was the foreign players, especially the strikers, which they Bangalore FC didn't able to replace Miku well. Carles felt, I am told from according to sources, that he was not supported in terms of what kind of player profile he was looking for, or you can say that they did get lots of players who did well in the another ISL club, but did well for Carles. So I think it's important for East Bengal, if they want to do well, get the right fit for Carlos, and what the kind of players he's looking for, the strikers, the midfielder, the defense. So I think those, if he looks for a fresh set of foreigners, that eventually will take at least 1 month before they start finalizing and start offering them contract. But season at Europe is going on. There are lots of free agents in Spain who might be their way into ISL, but I think they have to wait for a couple of weeks before we can go into the names. That's on East Bengal. Another news which came now, major news which confirmed this week, was arrival of set to arrive Scott Cooper at Jamshedpur FC, the Englishman. So people feel that, and I tweeted, that he is great appointment. I feel when Jamshedpur FC get over officially and announce him, not just for the Jamshedpur, for the Indian football. There's a reason behind. So we have our own team in Thailand. People know that we have a Play Now Thailand office in Thailand. And I work closely with lots of Thai scout and agents. And what the Scott Cooper has done in Thailand is the brilliant job. And especially what the work which is done with Burinam United in the AFC Champions League. The work he has done with the Philippines national team. He's of course Englishman. The best season Jamshedpur FC got was under the Englishman Owen Coyle, he has been in Asian football for very long, and that's the major thing for Jamshedpur FC when they consider him, and when he was coaching at Buriram United, 9 of his players got a call up to the Thailand national team, which is great. Great thing, if you ask me. And again, I think he's done his pro license. He's a pro license holder. Let me check for his pro license. Just give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, so I think hopefully he does well, and let's see what kind of foreigners he also bring on. Once will he bring somebody from Thailand market? The Thailand leagues have very good foreigners, in terms of impact they have made, and I think I will not surprise if he brings some of those foreigners who has worked with in past in Thai league, or which he has seen these foreigners in Thai leagues, and also Philippines internationals. Will he put his eyes towards that? That also need to be seen. He was also coach of Port FC in Thailand, where he lost only 1 match in 14 games. So I think it's a very good profile setup for Jamshedpur FC. They needed a coach who can work with the Indian players and who can make use of their academy setup also. And he plays attacking football. He is not a typical 4-4-2 English manager. He played 4-3-3 formation. So I think that also a great for Jamshedpur. So let's see. I think what kind of foreigners he's bringing. That's a major call. There are already some foreigners which Jamshedpur FC will want to get their hand and want to retain them. Rafal Kirawalo is one of those. So let's see, how they do in the transfer market. Again, another club who's early with the coaching appointment, signing and everything. Two clubs who are still looking for the coach are Northeast United and Hyderabad. Is the coach is confirmed, but they are still waiting for some paperwork need to be done. And I think the another club which I want to bring is Chennai FC. They still has not confirmed their existing coach of an extension. So what are they thinking? Will they appoint a new coach or will they wait? They give the if they were giving existing coach a new contract, I think it should have been done by now. But let's see. Chennai FC fans are disappointed the how Chennai FC has been doing it in last few years. I think they does not look like a club who has won ISL in past in terms of their transfer market activities, in terms of the Indian players they have signed. And then last year I mentioned this, the foreigners, the Indian players especially, they have signed. Some of them came out good, Akash Sangwan, but that will happen. Every 10 Indian players which you sign who are I-League standard, one will always do well, step up. But the 9 players are the big questions. And those 9 players still are the payroll of the Chennai FC. Some of the foreigners, Ilkhyati was a brilliance in terms of what they have done, but then they have signed some underwhelming foreigners also. I still feel, personally, if you ask me, they should continue with the current coach. Not a bad profile. He has done very well with the limited resources, and it's not always the coach fault when team does not do well. That's the also important factor which the Indian football fans need to understand, and which I was coming to next point, which I will discuss on that, because there are various people are sitting in the club management who are there for 4-5 years now, and they have seen multiple coaches failing under them. So by कब तक हम कोचेस को ब्लेम करेंगे या प्लेयर्स को ब्लेम करेंगे? व्हाट अबाउट द पीपल हु आर जो कठपुतलियों का खेल चलाते हैं ऊपर से, व्हाट अबाउट देम, द हेड ऑफ रिक्रूटमेंट or the CEOs or the director of football at the multiple clubs, not just one any club, multiple clubs. I think you can't always blame the coaches. Sometimes there can be coaches have done very bad job, but I know a particular clubs where now the management who are sitting on top of the management have, and not one club, I think this is multiple clubs, I think 2 at least I know, where the person who's controlling the transfers and the operations and everything have a bigger say than the manager that which player should be playing in the playing 11, and this has been a conflicting in these clubs, and I think if this is happening now, the fans when they ask questions to the coach, if the club is not doing well, again and again, how many coaches a club will sack before they can get it right at the management level. So I think now fans need to be very smart. They have to analyze their own clubs and see that what's happening at their club. Is the management who is sitting on top over the coach are the reason that clubs not doing well. When the clubs fans start thinking that way, maybe then we'll see these people more accountable. They will be more answerable. What have been they doing? How many wrong calls they are allowed? How many seasons they are allowed to get their club underwhelmed in the ISL, in terms of performance. So 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 4 seasons, how many seasons you will give to an employee of a club to spoil, to not do well? How many coaches you will give, that a director of football or the CEO or anyone, president, anyone, how many seasons you will give them before a team does not perform well, and you start asking them questions. So that's the thing. I think majority movement, as I said, in transfer market will happen after the playoff game. Super Cup is over, so there are lots of movement already started with the Indian players. But I think Odisha FC has asked clubs to wait till the playoff game ends. The East Bengal has asked this Friday, I think today is Thursday, before they can start offering terms to these players. The clubs like I think FC Goa has already kind of they have done the majority of the Indian business, FC Goa. So don't hope FC Goa to sign more Indian players. What they have done now, it's just about managing their foreign players. Edubedia, for example, looks like he's leaving. If to me, unlikely to stay. Depends on that when they announce Manolo and what Manolo thinks. But it looks like Edubedia will leave. There are one more foreigner who's also set to get contract expired, so he's also not getting a new deal. So looks like they also Alvaro Vasquez is on the payroll of FC Goa. Will they release him? Will they loan him out like they have done in past if they need? So that's the on FC Goa side. So majority Indian business of FC Goa is done. Bengaluru FC on the counterpart, there are talks now happening with the foreign. Last week I revealed that only Javi Hernandez is the player who has got assurance for the extension for the for at Bengaluru FC. Now I'm told that this week, Simon Grayson wants to keep his core of the squad now same. So there are high chances that Bengaluru FC might renew the foreign players contract, some of those, not all of them, some of those who are outgoing foreign players. So let's see what happened, in terms of that. Now coming to Chennai FC, still not decided for the head coach. I think until they decide on the head coach, then only the movement in the transfer market in terms of foreign, in terms of the Indian player will start. Jamshedpur FC, I think Scott Cooper is nearly done. They are now looking into the players. Ritik Das, they've extended the contract of Ritik Das, so which is a great in terms of the Jamshedpur FC have also completed one more signing, not young Indian player, but player from the I League. I think it is done. So that article should be out on the Khel Now very soon. Not a big name, but I think a decent utility Indian player. That's on the Jamshedpur FC. Mumbai City FC, I think majority that the business is done and dusted, so they don't accept Mumbai City FC do lots of stuff in the transfer market. It will be 1 or 2 deals which they are focusing right now. Kerala Blasters, I don't know. The transfer business which he revealed last week, a centre back they are targeting. As I told last week, centre back who could play a defensive midfielder. So there's a name already linked by the social media handles. It's possible that's the name they're talking to, but they're talking to multiple names. Nothing advanced in any position for Kerala Blaster in terms of foreigners. And last week, एक चीज़ बहुत बार misquote हुई है Kerala Blaster के case में, which I want to repeat myself. I told a centre back, a Indian striker, a centre back, striker, and winger. 3 positions they are targeting, out of which 2 might be fulfilled by foreigners. 1 will be Indian position, which I don't know which it will be. Centre back, defensive midfielder, centre back / defensive midfielder will be 1 position which will be fulfilled by foreign player. And the outlets and the sports, the social media handle started. I said that 3 foreigners will come for these 3 positions. I said 2 of these positions will be fulfilled by the foreign players. 1 will be fulfilled by Indian players. So Kerala Blaster, still no progress since last week. They are talking to multiple players. But these players are also in talks with multiple other ISL teams in terms of especially Indian players. So Hyderabad FC, I think they are looking towards getting the coach over the line first. They are also in talks with a couple of Indian players who contracts which they might want to renew. So let's see what's happened at Hyderabad FC. People are asking in the comment section. I think it's a budget issues. It happens at the club, so they have to sort out, their acquisition from some players, salaries and everything, which I think club is working towards. They will be able to streamline everything, but there will be major outgoings in terms of Indian players. We already know who is the player. Akash Mishra is the player, but that outgoing will only happen after Hyderabad and ATK Mohun Bagan plays their playoff game. So Mohammad Yasir, Akash Mishra, those transfers only going to start taking momentum after the playoff game, and Yasir to East Bengal nothing has been identified as of now from my sources. Anything Mumbai have taken, and Northeast United, no progress since last week. Coaches have been scanned. 20 CVs I'm told Northeast United have shortlisted or they have received. I think shortlisted is the right word. With 20 CVs which they have shortlisted for the head coach Northeast United. So let's see what they do on that part, Northeast United. Sandesh Jingan replacement at Bangalore FC. There are a couple of Indian centre back who's available. So let's see Bangalore FC go toward that way, or they will trust their foreign players to fulfill those positions at Bangalore FC. कोई club रह गया है क्या? Any club which is remaining which I have not touched upon? ATK Mohun Bagan, majority stuff done. They're chasing big boys now like Akash Mishra and their foreign strikers, which still is a work in the progress. Nothing much from the last week. So I think majority stuff I have already touched upon. Any update on the star midfielder offer to Mumbai? Abhi dekho ye update sari, once the season is officially over, these playoff games, then the major these updates coming on. Round Glass Punjab transfer update. Round Glass Punjab, Indian players, they're looking into some Indian players who are best I League, जो Indian players I League में best थे, they're trying to get them They want to make their Indian score strong, and then Round Glass is serious. You can't say that they are not. They are serious. They are already working towards but they are prioritizing Indian players first, and then the foreigners according to what they have, which is also good strategy. What about BFC versus Rangers match? Not confirmed till now. Have to wait on that. Can we see any Hyderabad FC national team player in FC Goa? Uh, I don't know. Have to see, but I think it's dependent of the playoff games over. Then only ये चीज़ होगा. Real Kashmir update. I League की update तो यार अभी बहुत late start होगा. I League का I don't know anything is taking place right now. Only one thing which we Kellan revealed last week that Rajasthan United is trying their best to play the games in Jaipur. This state government has approved the 10 crores budget to revamp or refurbish existing stadium place which has been used by state political parties to do rallies and everything. Can they do it in a time period before I League starts? That's a big challenge. But let's see, at least a positive step for the Rajasthan football when they start playing in at their own state instead of playing in Delhi. And if that is possible, what Round Glass Punjab is doing in terms of stadium is a major update. But we'll try to get to the Round Glass Punjab or stadium information in the next week. By Northeast Reserve are so good. There are many players like Fed who are very good but end up getting sold to I League rather than playing for main Northeast team. And that's Akshat. My also point is Northeast have signed some below par Indian players to replace outgoing players in Thoi or Apuya, for example. They should trust these young talented Northeast players. They are talented players. Northeast should be. They know their limitation. They are under budget compared to other team. There should be a platform for the upcoming Indian players, and that should be the highest, best selling pitch for Northeast to the young Indian players. That the amount of exposure, playing time we can give, it can't be given by Mumbai City FC, it can't be given by ATK Mohun, it can't be given by Bengal FC. We are the one who has given platform to Ninthoi, we are the one who has given platform to Apuya, and get these young talented Indian players on a 3 to 4 year deals and start selling them. No harm selling them, but get the pipeline also working. One Apuya goes, sign 4 Apuya who's 15, 16, 17, at least one of those might become at the similar level or maybe level down to Apuya, which is a great, again, so that's not a big investment in terms of signing these youngsters. So I think Northeast should be doing that, which they are not doing. Transfer fee will be involved for Rolling Bojay transfer. Is there any chance of staying in Mumbai with the recent Vineet rumors that East Bengal? Mumbai need to offload some of those midfielders. So let's see, what happened. Vineet Rai, I don't think so. Vineet Rai is going to East Bengal. I think he will stay at Mumbai City FC. That's personally, if you ask me. But I don't know exact situation. A historical club in a search for a feeder sister club in India, like how City Club has done with Mumbai City FC. It is a serious project. I will tell you how. The person who is looking into that kind of deal for that particular club has been involved in Indian football past. So it's not a PR move. That's one. They identifying the clubs who can be the right club. Should they do it with the ISL club, or if the ISL club is expensive deal for them? Should they look into I League 2 or I League clubs and then get into I League club into ISL? So these kind of things that talking to advisors in Indian football and they're asking these questions to them. They have been kind of given at least 2 names, I am told, from the Indian market, Indian clubs. One is I League club, one is ISL club, and one is I League 2 club. Also 3 names have been given to them. So it's depending on them how they want to get into this. But I think this information is very solid and project is very serious, because the particular club have recently acquired multiple clubs in Europe, also in the lower tier. They already do that in the European football. I am sure they are going to do it also in Indian football if the deal for them is good. Just give me a second. Sir, guys, quickly send you all the questions. Do hit the like button. I will going to answer majority of the question very quickly. Mohun Bagan interested in Yasir? Yes, but just like Mohun Bagan, other clubs are also interested in Yasir. Hyderabad wants to make sure they retain Yasir, considering they're going to sell Akash Mishra. Ajax is not that club. Yasir to Bengal FC, I think too early to say to anything. Because still the one game is remaining. Before that game, I can't say anything on Mohammad Yasir. Future of Johnny in India, his contract will end in May. I think chances 50-50. Yeah, if he can stay at ATK Mohun Bagan or he will go to another club. Let's see. Mutada fall to East Bengal. I think, let's see. I think again there are these foreigners. Too early to say. Carlos has been given period to analyze what offer East Bengal have received, what players have been offered to East Bengal. That list has been given to Carlos. Carlos now will verify that list and see that if he want those players, if he want his set of own foreigners. If you are getting any serious rumors on East Bengal, don't believe those rumors. Too early for a coach to analyze those all profile. Too early for a coach to analyze those profile and suggest those profile to the club. So Carlos will take some time to analyze those and then he will give his own signing. My favorite singer, बाद में बताऊंगा भाई. Do you think India under 17 can beat 80 under 17 so bad? So there is age fraud in, I don't know. Of course, India can beat Indian under 17 can beat 80k Mohun Bagan or Mohun Bagan Super under 17. Bhai Urva Red Diamond versus Al Hilal prediction though. I think I will go with Urva Red Diamond. Even I don't know and their present squad and everything, but considering what I have seen the Asian football in past, and let me just. J-League clubs always have been a better clubs, but I think the recent Ronaldo's club form has been not good. So let's see. Update on the midfielder which targeted by Mohun Bagan. Not major update as of now. Will Mumbai City go on a foreign tour? Yes, most likely they are likely to go. Criteria for player based on FIFA ranking like English Premier League. Criteria for player based on FIFA. Premier League give extra work permit points for the club countries who are above 70 in FIFA ranking. Roy Krishna progression, I think it is started. I don't know Roy Krishna, but what I'm told now, Simon Grayson wants to keep a core of his team together. So there will be some foreigners staying at Bengaluru FC. That's what I've been told. So you have to wait for major update on that. Any updates on links of Mehtab Singh and Doiling to East Bengal? I don't think Iban will be easy to take away from FC Goa, but with the Sandesh Jingan sign, Iban always trusted by the FC Goa management, but I think Iban should be, मेरे हिसाब से तो इतना, but right cost, right offer, right transfer fee, I think Iban should be available for East Bengal if they want to take it very serious. National team camp, that's important. Skinniera, thank you to remind me. It's starting in Bhubaneswar in the month of May, mid of May. Exact details will come on article on Khel Now. 40 players shortlisted have been given to the clubs. These players will join that camp and finally, Igor's team match will get some time before the Intercontinental Cup and the SAF Championship and the Asian Games to decide his teams for both the three tournaments accordingly. So that's Kings Cup. India is participating. Don't worry about that. Any more incoming other than that? I think एक और player आएगा East Bengal में, FC Goa में, Sheikh Bhai, other than the 5 which has been already discussed and everything, which of course Udanta was revealed by Khel Now in January only. So don't worry. So Indian camp in Bhubaneswar, 40 men camp starting from mid of around May, and with Igor Stimac getting his chance to look into these players. So that's have been done. Which is new franchisee of I-League not decided as of now. Any promotion for players in Bengal FC? I think promotion once there are already some players who have been promoted from reserve team to the first team in the Super Cup, and those players will remain part of ISL team also. Is any Indian player going to the J League or A League? No. Fifth वाला कौन सा club है? SW है. Fifth वाला मतलब भाई समझा नहीं. Is there any news about Mohun Bagan Supergiant considering New Jersey design? I think there will be some new branding in terms of what Mohun Bagan does, but I think majority colors will remain green and maroon. That's the color they have been, the identity of Mohun Bagan, that will remain throughout it. The design might change, but colors will remain same. If Mohun Bagan target Indian player, they are always a front runner because of the money they offer. If Mohun Bagan target Yasir, so basically they are front runner. Not necessity. ऐसा नहीं है. Mohun Bagan has not lost transfer battle with the Indian clubs. They have lost transfer battle in past. So it's not necessity that if Mohun Bagan looking for an Indian player, they will get it, the Indian player. ऐसा नहीं है. Players sometimes are clever. They want to prioritize the playing time and everything instead of big fat contract sometimes. Alvaro is staying at FC Goa. He has still 1 more year of contract. Alvaro is available in the markets depending on can FC Goa offload him. If they can't, they have to keep him. High wages. They can't afford him not to play. Just keep him on the reserve. That's not possible in Indian football. Bhaiya, how do you think Nanda and Mahesh will fit together? I think we'll see Mahesh, maybe Mahesh from right and Nanda from left. Consider Nanda's rich of goal scoring form. Mahesh is more of a providing assist. It's a good for Mahesh to play from right also. So I think that they will mix it up. You need quality wingers, especially at big clubs, and East Bengal is a big club. Is Albert Roca influence in BFC foreign recruitment? I think might not be a much from Albert Roca, more of a Simon Grayson now. He is in command because पहले तो ये लग रहा था कि they will get a new coach, so Albert Roca will build everything now. But I think they can't allow Albert Roca to have all go on in terms of foreign recruitment. They have to ask Simon Grayson also now. So let's see. Can we see a more Asian in Mumbai City, Mumbai for ACL? One more. I don't think they will sign a one more Asian. It will just one Asian. OFC targeting Indian players at which position? Two position I'm aware of which Odisha FC is targeting is winger and the centre midfield. Gema Nukum going out on a loan next season, not decided as of now. Should Mohan Bagan partner up with European clubs since they are way ahead in football knowledge and technology, etc.? I don't think Mohan Bagan partnership doesn't work out that way. भाई आशीष नेगी स्टैंड, ये सब आप मुझे पर्सनल ट्विटर पे भेजो, मैं आपको पर्सनली आंसर दूंगा. क्यों लाइव स्ट्रीम में सवाल पूछ रहे हो भाई? हाउ टू प्रोड्यूस इंडियन स्ट्राइकर इफ नो आईएसएल टीम प्ले देम स्ट्राइकर पोजीशन? यमन यूसुफ, आई विल से रिमूव फॉरेनर्स फ्रॉम आई लीग 2 एंड आई लीग कंप्लीटली. There will be Indian striker coming up very soon. अभी एक I just got a message on Bengaluru FC Bengaluru United. FC Bengaluru United striker is Irfan Yadwad. He's scoring lots of goals. But what if Bengaluru United qualified to I League? Will he play in the striker position? That's the major question I have. But you will only get strikers. Even see the Premier League history. The strikers which Premier League eventually get, Championship played lots of important role to get those strikers. Not every time you will get a straight away big club like Everton or Manchester United or Liverpool producing these domestic strikers. The Championship club, the League One, or Indian I League clubs have to play important role. I League, what about एक्सपीरियंस टू इंडियन प्लेयर्स फ्रॉम फॉरेन प्लेयर्स? व्हाट हैपन टू व्यूअरशिप स्पॉन्सरशिप? भाई क्या बोल रहे हो, कुछ तो सोचो भाई. अगर आपको लगता है आई लीग की व्यूअरशिप बहुत ज़्यादा है तो आप बहुत गलत फहमी में हो. अगर आपको लगता है आई लीग क्लब्स का बहुत सारे स्पॉन्सर्स हैं तब भी आपकी गलत फहमी है. अल्टीमेट गेम फॉर आई लीग क्लब्स टू सस्टेन देमसेल्फ विल कम फ्रॉम व्यूअरशिप विच इवेंचुअली टीवी पे मैचेस कम है. अभी देखते हैं सीजन कितने आते हैं, क्या आते हैं. बट अल्टीमेट गेम विल कम फ्रॉम बाय सेलिंग प्लेयर्स टू आईएसएल बाय. एंड आप अगर फॉरेनर्स हटाते हो तो उनके बजट से जो वो पैसा खर्च कर रहे हैं 2.5 से 3 करोड़ रुपए, 2 to 3 crore rupees are by not signing foreigners. So 2-3 crore rupees they can spend in the grassroots development for 2-3 years and eventually make the good Indian players, make the pipeline of Indian players, and then sell these players to the to the ISL clubs. I think because ISL clubs are not working for the development of Indian players. That's the simple thing for me. So I think that's my personal opinion, and I've been talking to I League clubs and that's their personal opinion also. They say हमारा सारा खर्चा तो foreigners को पैम्पर करने में लग जाता है, foreigners के डिमांड्स बहुत ज़्यादा है, उनको फ्लैट्स में नहीं रहना है, उनको होटल्स में रहना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल they just want facilities like ISL clubs which some of these I League clubs can't provide at this stage. They don't have the multi lakhs of crore rupees coming from central pool of revenue or sponsorship. There is no central pool of revenue for I League clubs, by the way, just like what you have for ISL clubs. तो ये चीज़ें हैं, and I think I personally feel it will be helpful for the Indian football if you remove foreigners from I League. My personal opinion, people can differ from it, but I think that's my personal opinion. Any incoming for KL Blaster? Yes, there will be multiple, more than, if you include foreigners, more than 4 or 5 players, at least minimum 4 players coming to KL Blaster. Hyderabad transfer on which position? I think more of them retaining the players now, but let's see how they do once this playoff game over. Due to Sadiq Carlos announcement video, I think एक video आया है वो देखा मैंने, when he's saying join East Bengal. I have not seen the proper announcement video. Sir, in last episode you told about a big club tie-up with Indian club. What the progress? टू अर्ली, मैंने बोला था अगर होगा भी दिसंबर जनवरी तक होगा. आप अभी प्रोग्रेस जैसे जैसे मेरे पास आएगी इन्फॉर्मेशन मैं दे दूंगा, बट 2-3 नेम सजेस्ट किए गए हैं उस क्लब को. सो लेट्स सी व्हाट दे थिंक अबाउट दैट नेम्स एंड देन विल टॉक अबाउट दैट. ईस्ट बंगाल आर नॉट द फ्रंट रनर. यासिर, टोटली रॉन्ग इन्फॉर्मेशन. Removing in foreigners is a good move for the greater good, but will deteriorate the quality of matches in short-term basis? I don't. Victor Trumper, there are many people on this channel who said Santosh Trophy. Santosh Trophy, games were of the higher quality. Then then I league game sometime. So if you ask me, I think Indian players, if a good coach setup, and I will tell you one more thing, why these having Indian player might give good playing style. Just see how Bivano plays with Indian players. He tried to keep on ground, ball on ground. Only issue is they will not try to force out to play to foreigners. क्या होता है अगर आप टीम में फॉरेनर्स होता है ना, इंडियन प्लेयर्स ऑलवेज थिंक लेट्स पास द बॉल टू फॉरेनर्स एंड दैट्स कोचेस आल्सो कोच देम. When you have all 11 players, they might try to build a team game. They might stop to play long ball also. So I personally feel देखो long term gain है इसमें, short term थोड़ी problem होगी, but eventually structure बन चुका है. I League is now second tier league in India. So I think I personally feel that should be done. What is the status of Ivan? Is he staying? Ivan, if you talk about coach Ivan, he is staying. Juan Fernando का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रिन्यूअल हुआ, अनाउंसमेंट नहीं हुआ है अभी, रिन्यूअल नहीं हुआ है अभी. सुपर कप ये प्ले ऑफ गेम के बाद ये सारी रिन्यूअल की बात चलेगी. I am okay with the Indian player, but there should be no AFC Cup slot for. There is no AFC Cup slot for I League clubs as of now directly. They have to win Super Cup to get into the AFC Cup, and I think once that situation come, maybe next season they should be allowed to play with. I don't know how this technically can be done, but I League club doesn't have a direct AFC Cup slot now. Only way they can play in the Super Cup. In the AFC Cup is by winning the Super Cup, and same way I think Championship clubs can also do by winning the FA Cup also. So I think that should not be the major issue. Maybe Odisha FC is looking for a Nanda replacement. Also, any update on the extension of Odisha FC? Anyone? There are a couple of players who will sign the extension with Odisha FC. I think वो सब playoff game के बाद होगा. What will the signing of Odisha next season? I have touched upon a winger, or Indian winger or centre midfielder they are looking into. Ivan Gonzalez पूछ रहे हैं, I don't know. What is the ISL team they are interested for the project? Can't reveal anything भाई, बहुत serious matter है. Position of Bengaluru FC targeting. Bengaluru FC will get they got a left back in Jessel, so that's sorted. So I think most likely they're going to play Jessel from left, Nori Mahesh from right wing. 3-5-2 is the formation which they're going to look into. So here is the catch. Shiva Shakti, Sunil Chetri are the Indian striker who's going to share the Indian striker position. So I think they're going to Danish Farooq left, Indian midfielder which Bengaluru FC will be looking to support Suresh in that midfield position, and also a centre back. Any new investor comes to Kerala Blaster? Nothing major I have heard about anything advanced talk with the Kerala Blaster. FSDL squad में foreign players का number increase करेगी क्योंकि AFC Cup में भी change किया है. नहीं, most likely squad में I think वो 6 ही रहने वाले हैं. They're not going to increase more than 6. I think 6 ही जरूरत है आपको AFC में भी खेलने के लिए. Mumbai City FC foreign players for AFC Champions League foreign striker. Too early to say on anything on that. North East का update मैंने दे दिया. So I think guys, just hit the like button. I have another meeting which is coming up which might to leave, but there are some major stuff which is going to come in next couple of days in terms of Indian players. Foreign players पे आपको ज़्यादा movement देखने को नहीं मिलेगी. Majority movement will happen around Indian players in next 7 to 10 days. There are some Indian players who are under contracted, who are on the move. With East Bengal started to give their terms and conditions from Friday onwards. I'm told Friday or Saturday onwards, multiple people have been informed me. Then the other clubs will start giving offers to these clubs. These are players under contract I'm talking about. There are some free agents, good quality free agents who has done well in the Super Cup also, are also in demand. So I think those agents will players and the agents will start want to sign those. So next couple of days very crucial for club like East Bengal, club like, for example, if Kerala Blaster want Indian players, Odisha FC, to get those Indian players over the line, because top Indian players will not be available post 5th or 6th of May. The majority of top Indian players will be done who are still available in the market. There are players like Andrew Thapa who might be available. So will they clubs will go for him? That's the question. Iban जैसे है at FC Goa under contracted but might be available because they have sent Sandesh Jingan the replacement. So these are the players who are available for the right money, and same for the some players at Kerala Blaster under contracted might also leave, but they are available for the right offer which they should get. Northeast new coach is not done. As of now, 20 CVs Northeast have received, I'm told. What do you think? Any future of what do you think OFC future? Looking at the new transfer activity. Amlan, मैं एक बात बोलूँगा. I think the season is not decided by transfer window. That's give you momentum. It's also not decided by appointing a good coach. It's overall how you plan out your season, your player training, pre-season camp, Indian players, injury crisis, how you keep your foreign players happy, squad competition, and how much time you give your coach to implement his ideas. Odisha FC record with the head coaches have been very bad. They sack coach every season. So whoever come is already under pressure. Will he given complete free license in terms of hiring players, firing players? That's also a major question. So let's see what Odisha does in that front this time around. Jason Cummins is still linked with Mumbai City FC. I think he's more linked to Mohun Bagan than Mumbai City FC. Any position which Mumbai City targeting for AFC Champions League? I have to look into that specific question. आपका next week मैं आपको बताऊंगा. Lobera will manage OFC and AFC Cup. They win playoff game on 20th April. Yes. If they will, he will. If Lobera comes on board and sign for Odisha FC. What about Komal Thatal and Nongdama Norim? Nongdam number is under contract with ATK Mohun. Komal Thatal is available in the market, so let's see what happened in that. FC Goa, anyone interested in Yasir or Sana? Let's see. I think Sana, if they play 2 Indian centre back, which is unlikely, I think he will like to play one centre back. So let's see. Sana will not come to FC Goa to be a second choice again, just like he's at Hyderabad currently. Bagh Ukweche stay at Hyderabad, not decided as of yet. 127 like, 151 likes हुए हैं सिर्फ. Sorry, 151 watching, 127 likes. Do hit the like button, guys. Please hit the like button. Khelna.com for all the transfer activities. Everything is coming very thick and fast. Do stay tuned. Next 4-5 days are important for some Indian players. There will be some reports coming from Khelna with particular set of Indian players done or set to sign. So stay tuned on Khelna. There might be some today, tomorrow, but ये सब depend करता है how quickly these clubs moved. BFC will pay 10 crore for Sahel. Sahel transfer value is not worth 10 crore, so for sure. Or no Indian club is going to pay 10 crore. No foreigner club going to pay 10 crore for Sahel. Sahel is a great player, but not worth it of 10 crore. Thank you, Amlan. Thank you, भाई. Welcome, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. And we are trying. उदय भाई देखो न्यूज़ बनाते नहीं है. That's the major difference. मैं न्यूज़ क्रिएट नहीं करता अपने एंड से जस्ट टू क्रिएट अ न्यूज़. मैं आपको एक फनी मतलब कोई फेक रूमर दे दूँ जस्ट टू क्रिएट न्यूज़. वी वेट फॉर थिंग्स टू हैपन. व्हेन थिंग्स हैपन विल गिव यू न्यूज़. डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. Any Indian players going for trials or trying to join clubs from outside? Not any major Indian players. कोई second tier ऐसे जाएगा वो अलग बात है. Do you know any other foreign forwards Monument target like Cummins deals falls through? There are 2 more foreign players they have on pipeline if they don't get Cummins. Thapa should play in Mumbai City FC or ATK Monument. He will to play his full potential. Thapa has to take a call, big call in the summer. Let's see what he does. I didn't agree with his call to stay at Chennai FC last year. So let's see what he's does on that. Monma looking for any other foreigners except Cummins? Yes, they are looking. Kerala fans. Thapa should play even Lilia hai. When will Odisha FC coach problem shorting off? I think playoff game. Once playoff game over, that thing will happen. Ralph Wagner advises Nanglam to join Tottenham. I think good starter for Nanglam to go and Tottenham. He's a young coach, good experience. He can always go for a big clubs. Maybe Real Madrid when available in the future. But currently, you need to go a club like Tottenham, which is not a light club, but it's a big club in terms of facilities, in terms of players. Let's see. So guys, thank you very much. I have to leave. You can follow me on Twitter 7 Negi Ashish, on Instagram 7 Negi Ashish. There is Yan Dhanda podcast. अगर आपने देखा नहीं है, सुना नहीं है, do listen to it, do watch to it. YouTube पे available है हमारे channel पे full video. It's available on all the audio platform. You can go and watch. And let's see. Any hint about historical club? It's the trying to invest in Indian club. अभी कुछ नहीं बता सकते. It's too early to say. Many Kerala YouTube channels spread knew that Sahel has been offered to clubs for 12 crores. That's why many ask such question in the live. So logic is that if Sahel is worth 12 crore, first of all he is not. Don't go by transfer market values. I think maximum Indian player can get in a transfer fee right now is between 1.5 crore to 3 crores maximum. That's a utter maximum saying 1.5 to 3 crores is a higher range of the transfer fee an Indian player can get, and I'm sure it's not at 12 crore for sure. Which coach do you see the top appointment? Which position will give them? I think let's all club end it, then we'll give the coach appointment. But as I said, coach does not decide the season of the clubs. It's the other stuff. So guys, thank you very much. Let's end this here. Do keep tuning to Khelna.com You can sign into khelna.com, make your profile, then you follow your favorite, go to the football section from the left hand side, follow your favorite team, players, tournaments. You will receive notification on the notification panel straight away once the breaking news go live for that particular player and the coach. You know, so do वो जरूर करना. आप Telegram join कर सकते हो, which is given in description. आप Facebook, Twitter, Instagram follow कर सकते हैं to get the breaking news for all the transfers. It's a big transfer window, so stay tuned on khelna.com. You can follow me on Twitter, 7Negi Ashish, Instagram 7Negi Ashish. Ask your questions, and then maybe I will see you guys again next week, 5 p.m. inside Indian football. Thank you very much.